Hey, yo, what's going on, guys? It's your boy again, 138. You already know what it is. We got that double drop, so I said I'd be having another video for you. Um, if you haven't already, like, subscribe, share. I appreciate y'all for watching these videos, whether it be a small amount of y'all or a few amount of y'all, or however long y'all choose to watch them. I do thank you. Again, the old format will come back. This is just the new format for the time being again, because I am a dad and I am crunched for time. But without further ado, let's get into 138, shall we? So as 138 starts back up, we basically get the conclusion, the mid and climax of the fight between the Imperial Army and the rebels. Everybody's out there still kicking butt. Rebecca's out here hitting people with her feet. Wash is out here putting the things on people that, that he probably customized the weapon out of something and shooting. Amor's out here slaying. The rest of the Imperials are getting their butts handed to them. The rebels are out here letting that thing shoot like as always. And they call in the Air Force, and Shiggy basically says, I got this, don't even worry about it. Hops up in the air, starts doing all these aerial acrobatics, tearing these ships down, just dodging left and right. Nothing is touching my man. And then once they hit the ground, Laguna activates his gear and just sends him on the way. He flushing them down. And then kind of Ibaraki makes a weird joke about, Shiki being the one to drop him and then Laguna being the one to flush him. Kind of a toilet humor. Shiki's laughing at it, but Laguna's like, yo, he's making fun of us. Like, you don't realize it. And that's when they call in the big ship. I mean, the really large ship, which Goodwin takes care of. I really do think my man is actually able to increase and decrease his size, because he wasn't as massive when he jumped on the ship, or the ship was just so massive when he jumped to it in the distance that once he finally got it down, he wasn't as big. And then he fangirls over Rebecca saying, I didn't know you could fight. Well, Rebecca, she's like, I can fight a little. He's like, oh, he loves Rebecca even more. There's still more going on in the city, not just on the part they're in, but the west side of town. And that's when a radio signal comes in from Pino saying, hey, yo, put us on speaker. None other than Hermit, letting them know that her, Witch, Moscoy, Clean, and Chris tuck out all the folks on the west side. Don't even worry about it. You know what I'm saying? They got this. And he's just like, oh, it's the crew from the Eden Zero. Let's not forget that they introduced themselves. We're the friends of the guys you're seeing and helping. They're helping you fight right now. We're from the Eden Zero crew. And that's when Goodwin's like, hold up, did Eden Zero? Did you hold on? That's like the Demon King ship. And he's like, yeah, the one and the same. He's like, yo, you the one that beat Draken? And Shiki's just like, he ain't saying nothing, but he got that goofy smile on his face, like, yeah, he's the one that beat Draken. And Laguna's like, I'm not surprised that you would know this information, because it's classified information to an extent. Like, you got to be somebody of significance to know this. This isn't just general information that's spread out through the galaxy. And he's like, Becky Wacky beat Draken? Like, beat Draken? And then Laguna's just like, yo, that's why you need to team up with us, and they'll help you beat Nero. And the Imperials pull out, check in, and that little kid's like, pull out? I can beat them. Don't make me laugh. I can do this by myself. And then you kind of get the next scene of him with the lumped up eye, and who they have captured are in cages now. And they're kind of just like, how many of our people have been killed? They killed 12 of ours, or no, 16 of ours have been killed by you guys. And Goodwin's just like not having it, but they're all super shocked. Like, they didn't realize how big he was. And he's just like, man, he's really massive now that I see him up close and personal. And he's just like, yo, I hate you dogs. Like, I really can't stand you all. But he's like, I hate the Imperials. I don't hate you all. Like, there's no good or bad people in war. There's just two opposing factions that can't seem to, succumb or get to an agreement. So they'll just keep, standing. They'll keep standing off on odd ends until there's thousands, if not more than that, just dying. And in the midst of that, you lose people, and everything else. But the Imperials have taken more than that from these people. They've taken their freedoms. They've taken their, they've oppressed them, censorship. They plundered the sea, the IOC, like nothing. That's why Goodwin hates the Imperials. That he doesn't hate these individuals. That's why, like, after all this is said and done, when this war's over, how about, we get together, have some drinks. We could even watch some B-Cube concerts. I'm thinking he was gonna actually say, we can watch Rebecca do her thing or whatnot. And everybody's just like, stunned. Like, he has a really good, he's a big dude, but he's got a really good heart. And I'm like, I respect that. Goodwin is probably one of my favorites now. He's definitely, when I say my favorites, I don't mean like powerhouse, incredibly busted favorites. I mean, he's one of my favorites along the lines of Couchpo, Moskoy. He fits that category of like, they gotta be something busted about them, but they're they're comedy for me. They make me laugh with the things that they do and say, but they still probably get down to business. And they're just like, yo, he's got a big heart. And we get back into the narrow C66, I believe that's what it's called. And we see this man, Shura, surrounded, I mean surrounded by a sea of baddies. All got tattoos in a wide array of areas and locations. Roses, heart-shaped tramp stamps, suns on them thighs. Boy, they got the yams and the gams out. That's all I'm that's all I'm gonna say. They got the yams and the gams out. And Shura's like, yo, I'm bored, bro. He's like, does this high C really gotta be in 3 days? And the girls are like, well, if you bored, you know, we can do something about that. And others are like, yo, chill, like, it's my turn. Like, they're competing for his affection. And the other people who were with him originally are just like, you know, Fabiano stayed back because he's one of the older Oceans. Like, he doesn't understand how the new Oceans or the new generation gets down or relaxes or anything like that. And they're trying to get Callum into the water, and Callum's just like, nah, I'm not having it. And you know, they're still questioning whether Ziggy will be coming to this location. He's like, yes, don't worry about it. If he wants the all link, he's gonna have to come here. He will have to come here for it. And when he does, we gonna give it to him. Like, we honestly gonna give it to him. And then that's when the secretary shows up. Yo, her shirt, Lord, like, just God. Woo! And she basically lets him know that they've got an intruder, more like a unwelcome guest coming. And it is none other than the other old Ocean. I believe this is the other old Ocean Eraser, or the Ocean Eraser who was off fighting on another planet currently. There's 2 others who are off on different planets. I think his father told him to call Eraser back, and Eraser's coming for the smoke. He's like, yeah, it's time to say goodbye to this cosmos. You know, it's time to get down to business. And apparently he works for the government, so this is gonna be completely different, guys. So yeah, 138 setting up, looking pretty nice for 139. We've got the closing of this weird little fight between the Imperials, getting to see a little bit more of how our crew is growing and developing, what's happening. I'm thinking 139 is going to be more centered around us seeing this Shura information, learning some of this stuff about Shura, what's going to be happening between him and Eraser. And like I said, there's still 3 days left until the ocean hits high tide, and we have to figure out when between then Ziggy will show up. Either he'll show up the day before or the day of. So yeah, guys, if you like this video, like I said in the beginning, man, like, comment, subscribe, share it out. I appreciate y'all for watching my videos, even if you don't watch them long. I thank you again. Y'all be blessed.